Hello everyone and welcome to I'm Alright. This is a YouTube channel that's designed to help new and aspiring writers to kind of develop the mindset and the skill set they need in order to take their writing to the next level. My name is Lisa Robertson. I'm an editorial director, which means I work with writers every day, helping them improve. That's kind of my job. And then I'm also a writer of fiction and nonfiction too. So I have, a lot of experience in this area, and I'm really excited to share some of the things that I've learned with you. So this week we've been doing a series on kind of the 7 steps to the revision process, right? Super tough. This means that you have created a draft of your novel. It's done. You have kind of given yourself a break from it. You've assessed where the problems are. You've gone through and you've highlighted it and color-coded it in different areas, things that we've talked about earlier in the series. And now you're ready to start actually tackling them. This is the point where it's really easy to be overwhelmed. You know you have plot issues, or you have to add a whole subplot or take a whole subplot out. You have to, you realize that one character just disappears for a big chunk of your story. That totally happened to me. And you have to figure out a way to work them in. Like, you have all these things that you have carefully identified through reading the story that you know now as a writer that you have to go in and fix. And it's super overwhelming. And you're like, do I just start tackling this page by page? And I'm going to tell you that for me, the answer to that question is no. That's why I had you go in and highlight everything and color code it, where every time you need to work on plot or description or character development or research or whatever, all these different problems and issues that you know you have to do that you've identified, I want you to tackle them one problem, one issue, one overarching theme at a time, okay? If you need to go in and add a subplot, right? Go in and identify where those things, where in those chapters that would happen, what purpose that's going to serve, and you just do that one issue at a time. If you are going through and doing all your description, do that one thing at a time. Character development, same thing. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it gives you an order to go in, and it gives you kind of a roadmap for what to do, but it also lets you really dive deeply into that, right? If you are concerned that you haven't done enough world building, for example, right? If you go through and start tackling all those world building issues, there's going to automatically be more continuity to it than if you tackled it separately or at different times. So you need to just segment what you're doing. And you might create other problems along the way when you do that. You might have to go back and fix other things later. That's okay. This is much more of a tortoise than a hare process, okay? It's going to take some time, and it's time well spent, and it's time that you need to take. So go ahead and identify all these areas. Say you have 4 or 5 areas, overwhelming areas that you need to address in your novel. Tackle them one at a time. Go through it and hit every single thing. Every single time you need to fix something, just take it all. Do it all. Do all your world building at one time. And then once you're done with that, move on to character development. Move on to plot. Resolve that issue where your character is inconsistent. They're lazy in the first part of the book, and then they're like cleaning like in a frenzy in the middle of the book, and then they, back to lazy at the end, right? Because you wrote them 3 years apart. None of that ever happens. It totally happens all the time. Those are the kind of things that you do. If you really enmesh yourself in each of these problems, the solutions are easier to find, and the solutions have more continuity to them. So that's really the point and the helpful reason why you want to tackle one problem at a time through your revision process. That's all I have for you today. We'll be back again tomorrow with another step in that revision process and kind of your best pathway to complete it. And until then, have a great day.